Okay, for the Pledge of the Flag, we have West Middle, which is our school of the month, and we have Jacob Jakalewski, Cole Sidarsky, Jaden Ecker, Logan Sidarsky, and Jacob Ecker. So we have Jaden and Jacob Ecker. So if they want to come forward, are they here? And if you want to come up to the mic, and we'll do the pledge, if everybody could stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nicely done, guys.
Thank you. So you want to come over and take a picture? If any parents would like to take a picture, come up and tell us if we're in the way. So for those of you in the audience, each month we designate a different school, we visit the school, and we also have them come to our meeting, and they tell us about a certain program for the school, and outside on the bulletin board, they also do they set up some kind of bulletin board to show one of their programs. So West Middle is our school this month. Okay, I'll turn this over to Mr. Bystrak for his superintendent report.
Okay, well, nice job. Nicely done there, West Middle students. Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know that I did, especially with the Bills win. Little side story, my 10-year-old daughter has been turned into a Dallas fan by my in-laws, and they were all over for the game. They're from Dallas, and let's just say it was a good night for me. So. Now she says she's a Baltimore fan, though, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But all right, just a reminder to everyone, in case you haven't noticed, there's some video cameras. So this is kind of a new thing that we've been doing, but we are videotaping. The videotape, actually, our first video was put live on YouTube. If you go to our website, there's actually a pop-up that'll just take you right to the site. But from this point on, all of our meetings are going to be, you'll be able to watch them. It's not live streaming or anything like that. We can pull the videos down. Within a couple of weeks, they'll be up there. But just want to make everybody aware, just in case anybody didn't want to be on camera. I wanted to welcome, she's not here with us this evening because I think she's at a sporting event, but we did welcome, since our last board meeting, our new athletic director, Marissa Falcaro Doherty, and she came to us from Eden and very highly recommended. She's doing a wonderful job hitting the ground running here, so I just wanted to welcome her. This is obviously a pretty busy time of the year in the district over the past few weeks, and then over the next few weeks, a lot of holiday concerts, plays, musicals. Our winter sports are starting up now. Our Academy of Visual Arts actually just was recognized a couple of weeks back for the mural outside of Spot Coffee that they did. So if you hadn't had a chance to get over there yet, make sure you get over there. It's fantastic. The Spot Coffee over in the community center. A couple of things coming up for us. We do have some forums coming up over the next few months, but the first one's going to be taking place. We just put an email blast out about it, I think it was a few days ago actually, but Internet Safety Forum. We actually have the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They're going to be over East Senior next Monday night from 6 to 8 p.m., and we're going to have representatives from the FBI there as well, just really talking about internet safety for kids, some of the things to look out for, and some of the ways that we can safeguard our kids. So I would encourage everyone to get to East Senior next Monday night, 6 o'clock. It's actually part of a series that we have of different forums that are going to be going on throughout the district over the next several months. In January, we have Dr. Dave Meichenbaum from Summit Educational Resources, and he's going to be presenting on autism awareness. In March, we've got at East Middle School, we have the Parent Network of Western New York. The title of the workshop is called Finding the Best Graduation Options for Children with Disabilities. That's another good one. I've always had good luck with the Parent Network. And then in April, at West Middle School, we actually have the Parent Networks back, and it's called Speak Up, Skills for Effective Advocacy and How to Prepare for Meetings. Really just how to work collaboratively with school district and other service providers if you have a child that has disabilities. So anyway, just a few of our forums that we're going to have in the coming months. We also just have one on our capital improvement project a few weeks back as well. So again, the district has been a pretty busy place. As of this point, I'm excited about some of the presentations we have tonight. I don't have anything else, but I did just want to say happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to everyone. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we also have students from the high school come and say what's going on. So Abigail Totaro will talk to us about West Senior.
We have a lot of holiday concerts coming up. Our chorus concert is December 17th. treble choir and vocabella are performing at Women's and Children's Hospital as well as Seneca Point. We also have our musical that was announced as Sister Act, and I'm a nun. Wonderful. We have our Santa on the Bridge coming up because we have a bridge in our school, and we do that every December. So December 19th, that starts. Next week, we have Lingopalooza, which is an event for like cultural Spanish stuff. So there's different stations of food and dancing, etc. And tomorrow is our Science Honor Society induction at 6.
Great. And then from eSenior, we have Danielle Becklock.
Good evening, everyone. So our school musical was announced as Mamma Mia, which we're very excited about. I believe auditions are taking place right now. We've begun holiday festivities with our needy family and gift drives. Our play Clue last month was a great success. I heard everyone loved it. I unfortunately wasn't able to attend. I wish I could have, though. 4 students recently signed national letters of intent, which we're very excited for. Our boys varsity volleyball team went to sectional finals for the first time since 1976. And senior Vinny Pagliaccio finished 4th in the States for cross country and was named Western New York Top Cross Country Boys Runner of the Year. Nice. Which is very exciting, Thank you.
Okay, and then we have our central team reports. Mr. Schultz, anything to discuss? Okay, Mrs. Lewandowski. Oh.
Same to me, just happy holidays to everyone.
Okay, Dr. Savoni.
Thank you so much. Just want to congratulate all the appointments tonight, both classified and certified, and those joining our ranks as substitutes and coaches. And I will say the district is always in need of good substitutes, whether that be for the variety of positions we have, whether teacher aide, help in our cafeterias, or teaching, etc. So if you know anyone, please don't hesitate to point them to our website under the HR tab, or they can reach out to us. So just congratulations to all, and happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Persico?
Yes, I'm just looking forward to presenting to the board and our audience later this evening some work that we did as a committee for Special Education District Plan, and we'll be doing that in a few moments. And I just wanted to say happy holidays to everyone as well. Be safe.
Okay, great. And instead of the board used to report on different things that that they went to, but now what we've gone to is we have the board members do a report. So just a reminder to any board members that have been to any meetings, make sure you fill out the report and get that to us so we know, everybody knows what exactly is going on. Okay, then to follow along with the West Middle, if I can introduce the principal, Dave Keene. Could you come up?
Well, thank you for having us tonight. And like Ms. Harris says, each month a new school will come to the board and just talk a little bit about what we're doing, what's going on. And West Middle, or December is West Middle's month. So with that being said, I don't think anyone really wants to hear me talk. I think these guys will do a much better job. So I'll get them rolling, and then they're going to take over. But one of the things that we've been doing, there's a lot of career readiness curriculum being introduced to our schools, and so we've been working on some career readiness activities and different events throughout the 1920 school year, and these guys are here to talk about it a little bit. So the first one, this September, we had our career fair. So as they're stepping up and talking, I will just, we have a lot of pictures, a lot of visuals for you guys to take a look at to see what we're doing, and they can tell you a little bit about what happened.
Hello, my name is Logan Soteric, and I attended the West Middle Career Fair. The 7th graders got to pick their top 6 careers that they wanted to become, and at the fair they got one of their 3 top choices. Students spent 10 minutes with each presenter, learning about what everyday life in their field was like.
My name is Jacob Jaklewski, and I attended the career chat. Sorry. I had the opportunity to sit in on a career chat with Mr. Peck, an engineer. He shared with us many things, including what his day-to-day job looked like, as well as some tools of the trade. It was great to be able to ask him questions regarding his own education and career path.
Hello. Hello, my name is Jaden Necker, and I participated in West Week. Earlier in the year, we celebrated West Week. This was a chance to learn a little bit about our school, what it means to be West Middle, as well as our character traits: well-rounded, empathetic, studious, and trustworthy. During this time, we also had the opportunity to hang out with friends, catch up from summer, and get to know our teachers a little bit better.
Hello, my name is Jacob Becker, and I attended the Western New York Construction Career Days. The Western New York Construction Career Day was an amazing experience. We were able to see what the construction industry looks like firsthand. We were able to learn what and how they do their job, as well as explore the machinery used to accomplish these massive projects.
A lot of our administrators, because our 7th graders, we had a little session where a lot of our administrators came in. I think Ms. Persico was there, Mr. Pasqua, Mr. Dalbo came in. They work with small groups to practice soft skills, handshaking, eye contact, introducing themselves. And they took that over the next couple of days into the career fair. And some of the feedback we got from the presenters were our kids were amazing. They were taking notes, they were asking legitimate questions. So I thank everybody for helping out that day. It was very productive and a lot of great feedback. So they're looking forward to coming back next year.
Hello, my name is Cole Soteric, and I attended the 4th annual Westfest this year. I am in 6th grade. Westfest was a great experience. It was on Friday, September 27th, and there's a lot of live music, games, there was snow cone making, and you got to go to a lot of tents and tables where you could do a lot of fun stuff, and it was just a great experience.
Nice job. Don't forget those food trucks. Nice job. Like these guys said, they did a great job, but like they said, we just did a lot of career readiness. We're looking forward to continuing that, and I know our 6th graders moving their excited about a career fair next year, but those career chats that we've been having, I do have some statistics. All our 7th graders went to the career fair, but we had, I believe, 68 to this point 6th graders attend different career chats, and almost the same number, if not a little bit higher, in 8th graders attending career chats as well. We have anywhere from engineers to, help me out guys, engineers, architects, veterinarians, SPCA, police officers, Ninja Warrior, across the board, all walks of life participating in this career fair, and the kids were just eating it up. So it's been a great opportunity, and we appreciate the time to share this information with you.
Great job. Thank you.
Yeah, it's never too early to think about careers for the students.
I was there. I don't remember seeing the Ninja Warrior there, Mr. Keene. I feel like I would have. Okay, all right.
He was there.
Was there?
I didn't.
He was
see
so
him.
ninja, you
I
didn't see him.
No. Great job.
Okay, we also have a guest in our audience, Dave Lowry. He is the co-director of the Erie County Association of School Boards, and so he's seeing what wonderful things he does. He was very impressed with our little sandwich board outside that told the public which exactly door to go into for the meeting, so I'm sure he'll send that to other districts.
Standards.
Yes. Okay, did he have staff members that he was going to? Yeah.
Mr. Keene, did you have a
Keene, did you have a
recognition?
staff member? Yeah.
Sure, if I was going.
Oh, okay.
We just like seeing you run around. That's
Yeah.
it.
So we didn't put the name of, one of the things that the board also asks is that we honor somebody that, from our school that's just been doing a stand-up job and maybe above and beyond what they do every single day. And we didn't put this person's name on the agenda because they wouldn't have showed up. So they're just humble and they like to just do things behind the scenes. So Mrs. Kubiak, can you join us, please? She's not happy already.
No, I'm just trying to point out who's at the door.
At the door, can you come up here? You can come up.
So anyways, about a year and a half ago, we started talking about a game plan for all our career readiness events. And I believe last fall we went to Hoover Middle School, and we observed a career fair there. Within an hour and a half, Mrs. Kubiak had a list of things that she wanted to do, from career chats to career fair, and how to make it even better than what we witnessed. And like I said, she knocked it out of the park. She has been emailing people in the community and beyond the community to come join us for career chats. Seems like once or twice a week there's somebody walking in with all this stuff, dogs, things like that, with for the career chats. The career fair was absolutely phenomenal. The amount of people that participated, and all the way to the small details of presenting follow through and follow up lesson plans to the teachers, to what did they enjoy, what can they do better, and things like that. So across the board, she has been knocking it out of the park, and we wouldn't have been able to do half the things as well as they were without Mrs. Kubiak. So I just wanted to recognize her today and thank you for all you do, Katie. Mrs. Smart, we can blame her.
And if her audience would like to come up and take a picture, you want to take a picture?
Possibly Mike and the boys? All right, well, congratulations again to the folks from West Middle and to Mrs. Kubiak. Having worked at West Middle with Mrs. Kubiak for a number of years, I can tell you that every bit of that's true, and if Mr. King were given an hour or so, he could keep talking about all the great things that she does for the building, so thank you. Next, actually, we have Dr. Sharon Lochran. Dr. Lochran, would you mind? I like saying that. Look how that sounds. Doc Loch. You have to stand up so that everyone can see you here, okay? Sorry. Sorry, the heels are back on. Okay,
Yes,
all right. So we've actually asked Dr. Lochran to come here too, and I think she probably had to be dragged here as well, but we asked her to come here today because she just recently became Dr. Lochran. Just achieved her doctorate from Duville College. No small undertaking, and frankly, I mean, you don't need to have a doctorate to do the job that she's doing. Certainly, it's going to help her to better her and further her practice. It's going to be a great asset to the district. But anybody that goes out and does that, it just shows pure determination and passion for education. And I've known Dr. Lochran for a really long time, I guess. I'll just say that. Yeah, a long time. And the entire time that I've known her, it doesn't surprise me to see her standing there right now being Dr. Lochran, because in the entire time that I've known her, you would be hard-pressed to find somebody more committed to the kids and to furthering their education in this district. So to me, that deserves a special recognition, here, at one of our Board of Education meetings, because this is a definite going above and beyond situation. And I really do look forward to continuing to work with you. Now I get to call you Doc Loch. That's the best part about it all, okay? But really just wanted to take some time just to say congratulations to you, Sharon, and congratulations. So.
I had the privilege this year to work on the special ed plan so that everybody in the special ed teams would have an idea exactly what the district is and to make it cohesive. So, Mrs. Persico, are we working on that, Doctor?
Never know.
Mrs. Persico, would you like to come up and show us what we developed?
With Mr. Winnick as well. He's our acting director of special education.
So thank you for giving us a few moments to just talk through our process for you. Our plan that we've ended up ultimately creating is a 2-year plan that we will, as a committee, revisit as frequently and as often as necessary to make revisions and modifications to reflect where we are as a district with our special education programming. So why form a district-level special education committee? I think first and foremost, it was because we wanted to make sure that we had been responsive to the needs that were coming up in a variety of conversations that we were having district-wide. We wanted to make sure that we had stakeholders from all of our different groups represented in these conversations that we were having. We wanted to really take a good look at what was the philosophy, the vision, and the mission of West Seneca Schools in regards to special education. And then we wanted to ultimately provide a comprehensive resource for our district personnel and also for our community members. So the initial steps in forming this committee is that we identified a need to evaluate our practices and protocols. As a whole, the level of understanding varied from depending on who you were and what your experience was with special education. So we wanted to make sure that we had a group that encompassed all of our stakeholders. So we had teachers, we had support staff, we had board members, we had everybody that we needed to on this committee to reflect really the discussions that needed to take place. We analyzed our existing practices and protocols that we had in comparison to what the state were giving us as guidelines, and then the guiding principles that the state puts forth as well that should be really guiding our every move as a special education department. And then what we needed to do was to really understand, before we developed a plan, what is it that a good plan looks like. So we consumed and we critiqued exemplar plans from other local schools in the district, the areas rather, across the state, and just things that were out there on the internet as well. Just because before you can produce something, you really have to understand what it is that you're producing. So our committee work, we identified agreed upon components as part of our plan. So we went through all of these steps in the process. We developed our language for what our philosophy of special education really was as a committee. What was our vision? What did we want? And then what was our mission? How were we going to accomplish the things that we wanted? What those statements were? And then we collaboratively refined these statements over the course of several meetings. I think we met about 9 or 10 months worth of meetings and collaborative discussions and work around the work, if you will. Okay. So we wanted to make sure that what our plan was in line with what the state requires of us. So we took a look at the blueprint for the success of students with special education across the state. And we evaluated our practices and how they aligned with what the state was saying was necessary to improve our results. We determined what our strengths were, and then we also identified areas that we wanted to further enhance our efforts towards positive outcomes for everybody, for students, for staff, for parents, guardians, and families. So Drew is going to talk a little bit about developing the plan.
Thank you. I think as Carm referenced, it was really just a fantastic opportunity really to have a group of people that was so invested and really represented a cross-section of the district to all get together in one room. And it really did take, a lot of time, and it was a very deliberate process, and it unfolded over the course of time. And I think as we got into developing the plan, it was really the summer. We were able to really sit down and put together some tangible things into what we really wanted the document to look like for West Seneca. So we spent a lot of time identifying the critical elements of the plan that were very unique to the district. And we did look to what other districts had done as examples, but we very much wanted this to be something that was useful not only internally for our staff and teachers, but also for the community, something that anybody in our community or outside our community could look and see really what West Seneca is all about and how we approach our special education programming. We clearly defined many elements just to get a deeper understanding and wanting to impart that to the community as a whole. One of the pieces that we thought was a critical element to include in our plan was really an outline of what we do offer in the district. So, we follow the full continuum of supports that the state outlines for special education. We wanted to put that out there too, so it was very apparent as to what programs we offer and what the purpose of those programs are. To the extent that we could, in some respects, we wanted to be respectful of the regulations, and we weren't really trying to reinvent the wheels per se, but what we wanted to do was point anyone that was reading this to the right information as well. So we do have a lot of references to what the state regulations would be regarding a lot of our programming. But in the same respect, we wanted to make sure this wasn't a document that was just living in isolation. While it was very specific to special education, we want to make sure that we were really hitting on the tie-in and the integration between special ed and general ed programs so that there's really a benefit district-wide. It wasn't very much specific to only our special ed population, but really how we're meeting and exceeding those expectations across the district. Did I hit something I should have? So looking at how we were going to move that forward, we did identify several goals, and actually some of them were alluded to. I think, Matt, you had alluded to a few of them at the beginning of the presentation. One of them was around, very specifically around parent and community education development, tying into our parent network. Was a huge resource for us in terms of being able to provide our community with a lot of support in education and a lot of special education topics, as well as the Autism Forum upcoming with Dr. Mike and Baum, which was very well timed in conjunction with this plan coming out. And also identifying the timeframes and steps for the overarching goals. Some of the other priorities that we identified were making sure we were increasing family engagement with a variety of special ed topics and using a lot of different forums to do that. We also want to solicit on an ongoing basis feedback from the community so we can continue to provide future educational opportunities that are relevant. And I believe this year we're going to look at a survey that will be helpful in us being able to move that forward. Also looking at providing a lot of specific professional development in district for our teachers, enhancing IEP development and practices, which will only strengthen our plans for students and our programs, and also moving forward with some initiatives around co-teaching practices, which will enhance the way that we provide our services in an integrated setting. So a lot of goals to move forward with, but a lot of good topics and suggestions as well from the community. So from that standpoint, I just wanted to recognize what our future steps were going to be in that regard. So after our board presentation tonight, this is kind of where we stand right now. We will disseminate the plan across the district. We'll have a lot of information to share with everybody internally, but this will also be something we'll want to post on our website and share with community members as well. I think as Carmen referenced, our plan is to reconvene the committee. This is technically a 2-year plan, but I think because of the evolution of some of the programming that we're offering in the district, as well as just the nature of the programming throughout everything we do district-wide, special ed-wise, we'll always want to have this open and living document and that can be modified at any point, as well as updating our programming, which I just referenced, and just ensuring that we're representing the feedback that we're looking for into the plan itself and modify it from there. So just to recognize all of the various folks who had a large role on the committee. A lot of them are in this room right now.
Actually, if you're here, can you stand and wave so we can recognize you, please? Mr. LaPuma, Mrs. Spagnolo, Mr. Keene.
Mr. Keene, have to come up again.
Yeah, come on up again. And Ms. Barris as well. Again, it was a very lengthy process, but I think it was one where everybody grew just a little bit more in each individual role. And everybody really contributed their own unique point of view and perspective on what it was, in their opinions, in their minds, what special ed was. And we wanted to be able to create a document that would be a resource and reference for people so that if, special ed is a world of acronyms and sometimes we don't know exactly what, they stand for. And now we have a document where we can point people to, and we have resources for parents. And we're having these community forums. So we really want this to be a living, breathing document that is modified. We did not want to create a plan that was a one and done. We really wanted to make it reflect where we are currently as a district, and we realize that that is going to take some revision. We already have some revision to some of the goals. So moving forward, we'll keep updating the plan and we'll keep posting that on our website so that it reflects current practices. So thank you to all of our committee members. Any questions?
And working on the committee, I was very impressed with the enthusiasm that everybody brought to the table and everybody's openness. They weren't afraid to voice an opinion if they thought something wasn't working, or, so that always is a help for a committee like this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have the public comments section, and it's a time set aside for the community to speak directly to the Board of Education. You should note that the first public comment section is only for items related to agenda items. The second section, which will be at the end, is for any other comments. Each speaker is given 3 minutes with a total allotted time to last no more than 30 minutes. When called, please step up to the podium and state your name and address. Please be respectful of your comments. Do not divulge any personal or confidential information like names, specific situations, etc. The board members, the superintendent, and administrators will not answer specific questions or engage in dialogue. The information shared will be carefully considered, and the appropriate person will contact you. If you'd like to be contacted, please leave your information with the district clerk. So is there anybody at this time that would like to speak to something that's on the agenda? Questions or comments? Okay, thank you very much. So we'll go on to I think we can do 4 through 8. Okay. We can do personnel and all kinds of personnel, reports, unfinished business. I think up until new business. So can I have a motion? Okay, Mrs. Bussey, can I, a second, and any discussion on any of those points?
I have discussion, but I don't know how to turn this on.
You just press it down.
Press it, hold
There?
for a second.
Okay. I just have a little bit of discussion. A few people were asking, where's the agenda? And like now we just asked if they have any questions to ask it, and they don't have the agenda in front of them because we no longer have copies, right?
Oh, okay.
And the question was, why didn't we tell everybody that we're not doing that any longer? Just tossing it out there.
I don't know. If we still want to do it, if people still want the agendas, we could always print them if they wanted them.
I had a few people ask, that's all.
Oh, would you? Okay.
And then years ago, I don't think it's that long ago.
Before you go any further, I'll interrupt you. I thought we had discussed board members were going to get agendas if they requested, otherwise they were going to use their computer.
But
I
what
did
if-
not think we were going to not have them.
Exactly.
I maybe that we were miscommunicating each other on that. I figured we'd still be putting a pile
Right.
over there. Is that not the case, or?
Right, that's what I was just going to say, a
Yes.
couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
we just put it on the
We used to
screen.
show it on the screen, and sorry IT, but Glenn used to just follow through. Do you guys remember that? And we would just watch the agenda, and then if they have questions, it's right in front of them. So I'm just speaking up for a couple of people that mentioned at the beginning, where are the agendas? And I agree
Yeah,
with,
would
I agree with you,
put
Ed.
My 2 cents, and I would think a few paper copies at least, maybe, you know.
Since we want to emphasize open communication, I really feel that there should be agendas for anyone who makes the effort to come to our meeting,
Now that I'm
rather
thinking
than having to try to print them out afterwards because they're coming because they're interested in the agenda.
Us or you're-
No, I'm referring to the public. I would like
The
some.
public was part of that, and I apologize.
I didn't know either, Ed.
I didn't
Going
either.
forward, I was thinking, like, I want a paper agenda, but I don't mind requesting that, and then, let's say, he's using his computer, why waste the paper?
Yeah,
But
'cause
I personally would like to have,
I think we certainly should have some there.
It was the communication that that
Okay,
was getting
all right.
complaints
Yeah, the
about.
board is trying to go paperless using our computers, but if we want to put some out for the public, we can always do that. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience for tonight. Okay. Yes, and our agendas are online also, so, but when we used to have them in the back, people, got used to that, so, yes. Okay, so any other discussion on 4 through 8? Okay, can I have a vote? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, carried 7-0. Okay, we have an introduction by
Yes,
Dr.
thank you.
Savoni.
Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce Dr. Lochran, to make an introduction for a new teacher joining the district.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm very happy to introduce our new staff member, and thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to hire because we very much needed this position. So it is my pleasure to introduce Lauren Smith. So a little bit about Lauren. So every time you interview for a new position, you're always, of course, looking for the best candidate. And Lauren was by far, leaps and bounds, the best candidate from start to finish, from the first round to teaching the lesson. Lauren grew up in West Seneca. I mean, it was just a perfect match. But a little bit about Lauren. In addition to when you are looking for a candidate to bring on board, you're also looking sometimes for, like, what is that extra something that somebody has above somebody else, and maybe a jack of all trades, so to speak. So Lauren's been teaching for approximately 13 years. She's spent a good majority of her teaching experience in Virginia in a multitude of schools. She also has a degree in Spanish, a degree in French, her ENL certification and degree. She taught English and French, also up to the high school level, and she taught at an elementary level. And she taught at Francis Scott Key Middle School in Virginia, Falls Church High School. She's been at Woodrow Adult High School, George Washington Middle School, and as of late, we say the word stole. I'm going to say we brought her back home to West Seneca from Windermere Elementary in Amherst, where she's been for the past 3 years. So she has elementary through high school experience, which is amazing. And on top of that, She's also been the technology integrator in the past couple schools that she's worked in. So she is going to be a wonderful addition to our team. She's so friendly and outgoing, and our students are just going to take to her right away as they did in the lesson that she taught. And even when we asked the students who is their first name, it was Miss Smith. So we are so happy bring her on board. She will be joining Chelsea Noah, who is our only E&L teacher right now. And as our population increases and we celebrate the diversity of all the different countries that our students are coming from, she's going to be a wonderful addition. She's joined here tonight by her mother, Roseanne Wilson, who who works over at Northwood Elementary, if you didn't know that. So it's just all the way around, it's a really great addition to our staff and to our West Edgewood community. So we are happy to introduce Lauren Smith.
All right, thank you very much. It's always nice to get new, fresh blood in the district. Okay, for new business, we had a couple of nice donations at East Middle. They're getting new curtains for their auditorium, which were not in any budget, so they have a couple donations for those. And East Senior too.
This is Barris. I'll make a motion that we pass the rest of the agenda.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Oh, can I have any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed 7-0. Okay, do we have anybody for public comments? Anybody else like to speak? Anything? Okay. We are going into executive session. We will not be returning after executive session. So we're going into executive session for collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law. So can I have a motion to go into executive session? Mr. Kwiatkowski, can I have a second? Ms. Bussey, and all in favor? Any discussion?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Okay, yes. And Happy New Year. Can I have a vote? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried 7-0. Okay, so like I said, we won't be back from executive session, but and if students, if there's any PIG students, if you come up, we have the forms that you can have.